So I think OnlyFans just changed this whole trip up. The results were positive and immediate, and I think I'm gonna keep doing it. Really didn't think it could feel so good, but I'm telling you, it's a game changer. Good morning. It's that day. It's about 7:30. I pulled into Zapotalito. That's not the right name. That place. Yesterday, because there was supposedly a campground on High Overlander. Campground, it's like a restaurant. The guy lets you sleep there, but I couldn't find it on the map. So when I got here, it's like, to call this place a sleepy little town, it's probably an overstatement. There's nothing really. It's on the beach and there's a lagoon just before it. And it looked like people would do like, I don't know, there was something, a boat operation on the lagoon. I don't know if they were running tours, but it didn't seem like there's like a big tourist scene. Like I said, it was so tiny. I don't know, couldn't figure it out. Anyways, got to the beach, and it kind of just, the road dead ends. Like I have to backtrack out. Like I'm backtracking out this morning. So I just wandered and I found a little sleepy hotel. Tiny, I was the only person there. It was cheap. Not as cheap as a campground, how could it be? But I had AC and I was able to sleep, which was amazing. So now I'm headed to Puerto Escondido. I think I have between 30 and 40 miles to get there. Shouldn't be crazy, but the heat's coming. You know it's a small village when they sell gas on the side of the road in Coke bottles. And with the sun already well within the sky, I began my day of pedaling. Just taking a break. Roadside snacks and refreshments, the only thing that's keeping me going at this point. Got rice pudding. We got mango juice. And of course, cold water. I'm moving at a snail's pace right now, but we're just outside of Puerto Escondido. There we go. Almost there. In the town of Puerto Escondido, I found a cool little hostel that allowed camping in the back, which I did. And wouldn't you know, just down the street, there was a pizza place. So I devoured the much-needed calories and sat there in disgust with myself. I absolutely smashed that pizza, and now I feel disgusting. This night in the tent was sweltering. To say I slept 1 hour would be an overstatement. I had to come up with something. Good morning. It's way after 10 o'clock. Last night was extremely brutal because of the heat. So before I even leave for the next spot, I'm on the hunt for a fan. I will not leave this town until I find a small electronic fan. Alright, the one store that I thought would be a lock was a bust. All they had was big plug-in fans. And rather than just wasting time here, I'm just gonna suck it up and move on. The road goes on forever, right? Party never ends. Mazunte felt like one of those places you plan to pass through and then end up staying longer than expected. After grinding through the coastal heat and hills, rolling into town felt like entering a different rhythm entirely. Dusty roads, ocean air, backpackers moving slow, and reggae drifting out of little cafes. I checked into a hostel thinking I'd just recover for a night, but 2 nights disappeared easily there. So I think OnlyFans just changed this whole trip up. It flipped the script on this whole trip. Before you get excited or up in arms, I'm talking about electric fans, okay? I got an electric fan. Whenever I was coming out of, whenever I got shot down at the one store, immediately pulled out, was coming to a light, boom. I look over, there's a little bitty store, and I see electric fans in there. I got one. It was only like a couple hundred pesos. So far, the results have been really good. Like, it's a game changer. The only issue is like keeping it charged. So I have to figure that out. But it's okay. I'm not complaining.
There was a reason the fan was only 200 pesos. It was made cheaply in China, but hey, it's compact and puts out air. We'll take any win we can get at this point. Boom. It was now time to leave Mazunte and get further down the coast.
Good morning. It's a little after 6:30. Just leaving Mazunte. Don't have a target in mind today. There's supposed to be a lot of climbs. Let's make it a good day.
On the way out of town, I had to grab some mango juice for some much needed energy. Some days aren't about speed at all, just crawling through endless construction zones, weaving between trucks, loose gravel, and heat radiating off the pavement. Then come the climbs, long, slow hills where every pedal stroke feels heavy. But out there, moving slow still means moving forward.
We'll just stop and have a little breakfast. Found a little bakery. Got some cheese and ham stuffed roll. And a croissant.
It turns out they were both stuffed with ham, and boy did they hit the spot.
It's really good. All right, stopping to take a break from the heat at one of my favorite stores. Take a look.
This store is basically like a giant Walmart, but my favorite thing is the bakery. Although I opted for something healthier this time, blueberries and Greek yogurt. By the time I rolled into Barra De La Cruz, the place already felt different. Surfboards strapped to scooters, salty air, little beach cafes tucked into the sand. After so many quiet camp spots and empty stretches of coast, pulling into a campground that actually had people in it felt strangely exciting. Lucky for me, they also had a kitchen, a refrigerator, and a coffee machine. Barra de la Cruz sits where the mountains practically fall straight into the Pacific. Even standing out on the beach, you could feel why surfers travel so far to find this place.
Good morning, just getting rolling. It's a new record. It's 5:50. Getting an early start today. Let's make it a good day. All right, we're about 15 miles in. I'm looking for the next gas station so I can grab something for breakfast. I like to have something on my stomach. The goal is 55 miles today. There's like a surfer camping ground I'm shooting for. Can't remember the name of the town, sorry.
You can see the humidity and temperature rising in the early morning hours, almost like you could cut it with a knife. But we just do our thing and keep pedaling south.
I had no idea what these are, but they're just basically chocolate covered Oreos. They're okay. I believe the universe is always trying to send us little messages, little hints. Sometimes subtle, sometimes not so subtle. And I had one of those. I was back in town, and I was wandering around. I was looking for some place to have internet so I could do some work. And usually I try coffee shops, right? That's the obvious thing. So I tried a couple. It didn't. I asked them if they had Wi-Fi. They said no. So I was kind of just like walking around like, okay, what's the next step here? And this guy comes up to me, and he's not a local, and he was like, "Oh, are you new here?" And so we just chat back and forth, and I was like, "Yeah, it's dead obvious, blah blah." Tell him what I'm doing. Asked him how long he'd been there, and then I was like, "Hey, do you know where I can get Wi-Fi?" And he's like, "Yeah, just right up here on the street on the left. Good food too." It's like, "Great." I said, "Hey, what's your name, by the way?" He said, "Neo." And I just laughed because, as you know, my name's Anderson, and Neo from The Matrix was the one, that was his name once he woke up. Anyways, I just thought that was a funny little coincidence. I thought I'd share that with you. That was it. The guy didn't ask for anything. He literally just came up, short exchange, and then he told me where to go. That was it. So funny. All right, it's 11 o'clock. It's hot. I just drank my last drop of water. I got no cell service, so I'm not sure where the next gas station or tienda is, but yeah, I'm sure something will show up. So we'll just keep pedaling. We'll be all right.
I think this fish is red snapper. That's my guess. It's really good. The whole thing is fried. Comes with these massive corn tortillas, which are homemade. Not opposed to that. Putting down a hot meal and finally having a small fan to cut through the heat, it felt like the little winds were finally starting to snowball.